Damage 365 Radio with your host Kevin Nasta and John Torrey.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game. It's all about the game and how you play it. All about control. And if you can take it, all about your debt. And if you can pay it, it's all about pain. And who's gonna make it? I am the game. You don't wanna play me. I am control. No way you can.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Damage 365 Radio. This is episode number 23. I am your host, Coach Kev, along with the real number 8, JT, who's in the house. I am your co-host. Yes, you are. We have a great show in store for you today. Actually, we're doing something for the first time ever, and I really hope everybody enjoys it. I'm actually pretty much amped to get this going. The Wrestlers of the Round Table. We unite, bitch. That's right, bitch. We will have special guests calling in to join this wrestling round, and we will go over lots of topics and storylines surrounding the World Wrestling Entertainment and get their views on it. We'll get an inside opinion from not only one of our analysts, Nick, who always calls them with the Amazing Report. We will get former wrestling analysts, currently with VOCNation.com, Nanny Raw, who will be calling in with her opinions, and a man who called us a couple weeks ago and gave us one of our best shows, The Sarge. Jimmy Storm. Sergeant Jimmy Storm will be calling back with his opinion as a wrestler himself.
He's the man.
You know, combine that with our, you and I, we have a nice round table.
Yes.
So I'm very excited to get this episode.
Big enough for all of us?
Yeah. There's only water. There's no snacks on the table today, so there'll be no crunching and ruffling of plastic bags.
Just drinking.
Just drinking some good old H2O. And let's get into a little fall ball recap as the Nightmares improved to 4-2 on the, I would say, young season, but we're officially at the halfway point of the fall, believe it or not.
Already?
14-game season. We've played 6, so we're just about there. The Nightmares drubbed the Avengers in a comic book classic, 12-2 and 16-6. We had some big offensive days, but the day saw this guy, pointing to myself, folks, that guy, getting back on the mound and pitching more than one game for the first time since 2008.
2 W's.
2 W's, folks.
Undefeated.
Complete game win in game 1. 4 innings in game 2. Pitched very well as we won both games. Man to my left had a big day, Homer.
Walk-off Homer.
Somewhere in between 4 and maybe 7 RBIs. We're not really sure because
We're not keeping track.
nobody really keeps the book correctly. So we're gonna meet him in the middle. He said, how many did you say?
I say 6.
He said 6. I said 4. He had 5.5 RBIs, folks. 5.5 RBIs.
Who else do you know that can have 5.5 RBIs? Nobody.
Person fell down and rolled across home plate, but the game was over by that point. The walk-off he was referring to wasn't really a walk-off. It was a game-ending, mercy-shortened home run, 3-run homer.
What's the difference?
Really wasn't a walk-off.
I walked off.
We weren't losing that game. The second game we were losing. We were down 6-2 at one point.
Yeah.
And then it was 16-6 in a blink of an eye.
I know.
And how you like that?
They only got their runs in the first inning.
Yeah, they got 6. I think they got 5 runs in the first inning, and they got 1 in the second. On probably their only legit hit was a double over the right field fence that scored a run.
Yeah.
All 6 runs were unearned on some shoddy defense the first couple of innings, but we pulled through and we made the best of it. And the bats woke up and everybody played well, and we got to ride this momentum into next week as we take on Unique Lounge, a couple of former players of the Nightmares on that team. A couple former players, from what I understand, from James Ruccio's Ballbusters on that team. So it's not going to be a walk in the park. But right now, we're 4-2, sitting tied for second place with 3 other teams. And, yeah, that's it. So, let's...
we're moving on up.
We're moving on up. We're going to get into a shout-out section right now. We're going to do that one first. We're gonna go against our little...
Go against the grain?
Yeah, we're going to go against the grain. We're going to go against our timeline that we got here.
So,
in honor of Nanny Raw coming back. She's the queen of the Muppets. So we are playing the Muppets Happy Birthday theme because happy birthday shout-outs go out to Tyler Burnett.
happy birthday, Tyler Burnett!
Yeah!
Woo!
The Grand Wizard of Sunoco, the only one still alive and well and kicking for that company,
Still standing.
celebrates his birthday today. And if I saw it correctly, I think he got a banjo for his birthday from his parents.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So hope we get some banjo music being played soon.
Be nice.
Congratulations to Damage alumni Denise Harbeck for a real birthday, technically a real birthday, as she gave birth to her baby boy Brandon. Congratulations to new mommy Denise, and to another Hall of Famer, Aunt Jessica Harbeck, and to Michelle and Donald, their parents, who are now grandparents. Congratulations, guys. And another happy birthday goes out to a former teammate of mine with Alfonso's Pastries and former alumni softball umpire Dennis O'Donnell. Happy birthday to you guys, and happy birthday and welcome to the planet, Brandon. And we hope to see you in Damage colors real soon.
Yes, we do.
And now, the John Tory story.
And as always, to take that away will be the real number 8.
And today, ladies and gentlemen, we see Andy Pettitte make his last start as a New York Yankee.
Yes, I'm not gonna clap. I'm not
Me
gonna
neither,
bash the guy.
but-
He's not a Hall of Famer. That's all I gotta say.
Hey, winningest pitcher in playoffs history.
Yep.
Come on,
Yep.
you know, you
Yeah.
gotta give it to the guy.
Not a Hall of Famer.
He could be.
Nope.
It's arguable.
Absolutely not.
It's arguable.
It's not.
Why not?
David Rigetti was a better pitcher than him with the Yankees, and he's not in the Hall of Fame.
That's
Even though he was there today to present them with an award.
but that's his problem.
That's-
You know, Andy Pettitte
not a
won a
win.
lot of games, bro.
Yep.
He won a lot of games in the playoffs. So it's
Well,
arguable.
he also played in the era with the extended playoff bracket, where Dave Rigetti didn't. It was one and done. There was no divisional play, and there was no 2 wild cards. So those records mean nothing. Just like Bernie Williams has the most home runs in the history of the playoffs. Means nothing to me.
Right. Okay. Well, we're not going to focus on the
Also
negative.
not a Hall of Famer.
Right. We'll focus on the positive and a Hall of Famer who was honored today at Yankee Stadium
Yes, he
in
was.
their last home game. Number 42, the Sandman, Mariano Rivera.
Officially retiring number 42 from baseball. No one
Yep.
else will wear it ever again.
Rightfully so. He is the Sandman, and he is the greatest closer probably ever.
Yep.
And he was honored, actually, by having Metallica on the field today.
Playing and Sandman live. from
Playing it
center field.
live. And I'm not a Yankee fan, but props to Mariano Rivera for all he's done for the sport and for the Yankees.
Props to the Yankees, though, for having a really nice celebration to the career of Mariano Rivera, having a lot of former players come out. Former manager Joe Torre was there. Players like David Cohn and Paul O'Neill, Bernie Williams, Jeff Nelson, to name a few, were all in the house to celebrate Mariano Rivera's last home game at Yankee Stadium. Unfortunately, the Yankees lost that game.
Yeah.
But Mariano Rivera did come out, pitch an inning and 2/3, pitched around a couple of shoddy defensive plays by the Yankees infield, but pitched scoreless inning and 2/3, closing out his New York Yankee Stadium career in grand fashion, and broke 2 bats on the way.
Yeah.
So more kindle for the fire.
You know, barring a miracle, and the Yankees make the playoffs.
Nope, I didn't pick them, so they're not winning.
Right. Well, you make your picks, and you apparently have a crystal ball, and you see the future.
Yes. Well, let's get into your picks, because
I do have picks.
I mean, yeah, we could talk about A-Rod and how he now has more home runs than any grand slams than any other Yankee, but it's tainted, so don't really care.
It means nothing.
Again, don't care. Moving on to picks, because apparently my picks were awesome and your picks were
Shoddy.
Not so good. I
Some
mean,
awesome.
I've seen better picks out of a nose.
I make the picks. That's why they're better. Now, before the season, I had some preseason quarterback competition. Would be the right word I'm looking for. Okay? Now, let's see how I did. I had Michael Vick beating out Kevin Kolb in Philadelphia. I was right. What's with the
It doesn't matter.
That's a ding, 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 ding.
He's terrible. I don't even think we have a ding, ding, ding. But
Ding,
I'm,
ding, ding, ding,
I'm
ding.
gonna look for it while you're still going.
You look for the ding.
I'm gonna
okay?
look for a ding.
Okay.
Maybe a bell.
I hope you got an because this was an
Yeah, you probably have that.
I picked Mark Sanchez to beat out Geno Smith for the starting job. But he could have. If he wasn't subject to injury. And sadly, Mark Sanchez will probably never play in a New York Jets uniform again. So
wait a second. Did you say who was the starting quarterback?
Mark Sanchez.
But who wound up starting?
Geno Smith.
Oh, I just had a flashback moment. Episode 4. Other than the past draft. With that said, they went out and drafted Geno Smith. Great pick. He could be a great quarterback. You never know with draft picks, but he could be a great quarterback. But what does this mean? You have Geno Smith, Mark Sanchez, Tim Tebow, David Garrard, who you just signed as another quarterback, and you still have Frank McElroy and Matt Smith. I don't understand. You have half a dozen quarterbacks. Geno Smith has to be your starting quarterback. Because you have to tell the fans and say, look, that's a winning bell, ladies and gentlemen. That is a winning bell. That was me in week 4. You weren't here that week.
I wasn't.
And I'm the one that predicted Geno Smith to be the starting quarterback, and I'm a Redskins fan.
Of course you did, because I wasn't here.
Yeah, well, moving on.
Of course you did. Moving on. Also in the AFC East. I'm right. Ring that bell. E.J. Manuel wins the starting job in Buffalo.
I don't have a buzzer.
It's okay. We don't need a buzzer, because I wasn't wrong that much. Okay? I was right again with Alex Smith winning his job in Kansas City. I'm 3 out of 4 here.
You're doing good.
I'm 75% right now. I'm on a roll. Too bad you don't have a buzzer, because you could use that here.
Oh, wait, but I got something close to a buzzer.
Okay,
I could probably do it.
I picked Charlie Whitehurst to beat out... That's good. I picked Charlie Whitehurst to beat out Phillip Rivers in San Diego, but I must have been drinking the jungle juice or something, because I was sadly mistaken. Phillip Rivers, you take the cake, my friend. You take it in San Diego. Okay. Jake Locker, he wins the starting job in Tennessee, as I predicted, over Ryan Fitzpatrick. Ring that bell, baby. Ring that bell. Okay. Now, Terrell Pryor beat out Matt Flynn in Oakland. I predicted Matt Flynn. What was I thinking? People to laugh at me. And sadly, Tim Tebow would have won the starting job in Jacksonville if someone over there actually knew about football.
Remix.
Yeah, you would need a remix. I don't know if you're laughing at my pick for Tebow to be the starter there, or because Blaine Gabbert is the worst quarterback I've ever seen.
Yeah, that could be
maybe they... Yeah. I was right. He is the worst quarterback I've ever seen. Maybe they would actually have won a game by now.
Maybe.
In the case of Dallas's quarterback, I said Tony Romo wins by default, and Tony Romo wins by default. Because Alex Tanney, their backup, can't handle Jerry Jones. He can't. I'm pretty good here. I'm only missing 3.
All right.
Okay. In Minnesota, I predicted Christian Ponder to beat out Matt Castle, and Christian Ponder is the starter.
Until next week.
I feel like I'm on the Family Feud right now. It is awesome. And my last pick was Carson Palmer to win the job in Arizona, and he did. Maybe it's because, he's up there in age, and I don't know, maybe it's because he's just better than anybody else they have. That's more predictable.
That's a good possibility.
Because, Brett Favre was up there in age, but I didn't think he was better than anybody else we had, but I was wrong.
All right, so you weren't that bad.
I wasn't that bad.
It sounded like you were well over 50%.
I was 9 out of 12. I was 75.
Okay, that's not bad. I mean, it's not good, but it's not bad.
Not good.
It's not as good as my back in April Major League Baseball playoff picks.
Yeah.
When I picked the Oakland A's to win the West. I picked the Tigers to win the Central and the Red Sox to win the East. And I said the 2 wild cards were going to be the Tampa Bay Rays and the Texas Rangers.
Did you?
Okay, but my problem now is that Tampa Bay is hanging in there. They're 2 games out. Texas is like 3 or 4 games out. They might. I mean, they were winning the division. Then they were winning the wild card. Then they were winning the second wild card. Now they're outside looking in.
Yeah.
Okay. And the East, I picked the Atlanta Braves. I picked the St. Louis Cardinals. And I picked the Los Angeles Dodgers. And I said the wild cards were going to be the Cincinnati Reds and the Pittsburgh Pirates.
You're looking good.
Right now, I'm looking at 100%.
Well, if we were on the Family Feud, you would have just won fast money.
So that's what, 3, 4, 5 playoff teams. So that's right now I'm at 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10?
9 out of 10.
Well, that's not fair because I had to pick 12.
Yeah, but you picked it a couple of days before the season started. I picked it in April.
The season already started.
Yeah, but the season ends a week from now, so that's many, many months of possible failure.
I know, but we could have some starting quarterback changes.
We could. I think Matt Castle will be the starting quarterback of the Vikings next week.
Wait, I forgot one of my picks.
Uh-oh.
I forgot one of my picks.
Oh, okay, who was it?
I jokingly picked Brock Osweiler to beat out Peyton Manning. And then we said Peyton Manning would play if he had 2 broken arms, 1 broken leg, and
yeah,
if the plane crashed and there was nobody left.
And Peyton Manning took the car to the game, and he was the only one on the planet. He would pick 15 people out of the stands and still be the starting quarterback.
And I bet you they'd win. I bet you they'd win.
Oh, my goodness.
Next week, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you my playoff picks, my division winners, and my playoff picks. And I'm even going to give you a Super Bowl champion.
Can't wait for that.
Look forward to that, ladies and gentlemen.
And ladies and gentlemen, that was
The Tory Story.
Yay!
Hooray!
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman.
And ladies and gentlemen, that means it is time to give you the finals of our stable tournament. And as you heard, Paul Heyman is in the finals.
I'm a Paul Heyman guy.
I am a Paul Heyman guy is in the finals. And they will be taking on my pick, the Heenan family.
Well, if it was your pick, I guess we know who's going to win the finals, right?
You never know, but I don't think there was any greater stable than Bobby Heenan and the Heenan family. He had the best of the best. He had a large collection of champions, and I think the Bobby Heenan family is going to weasel their way to victory.
What a great choice of words. Great choice of words.
Pun, 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 pun.
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 I don't like that.
Pun.
I don't like that word.
Well, you like what? Oh.
I don't like that word.
Oh, yeah.
We don't use pun.
We don't.
We don't use that word. We got big vocabulary here.
Oh.
Think of another word.
Oh my goodness.
Jeez Louise.
Jeez Louise, that was a terrible choice of words to use.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, let's get into this.
Yes, sir, we promised you a great main event tonight.
Nick Andres, a giant WrestleMania! Hulkamania is running west! My God, what a
In some wrestling news, the WWE brings back Nick Dinsmore, a.k.a. Eugene, not as a wrestler, thank God. Well, at least not in the gimmick of Eugene. I mean, he is a good wrestler, but the Eugene gimmick was ridiculous. But they brought him back to the developmental program to help train the up-and-coming developing wrestlers in NXT and even prior to NXT. So, you know, good to have Nick Dinsmore back, and hopefully he can produce some more talent for the WWE, because we sure as hell need it. because they have plenty of talent, and then they have plenty of talent sitting on the pine and not even contributing to anything. They're not doing nothing on Raw or SmackDown. I mean, unless there's a quick camera shot in the locker room, there's really nothing going on there.
I agree.
And we'd like to welcome to the program, back to the program, Sergeant Jimmy Storm. Sarge, how you doing?
Hey, Samuel, man, how you guys doing?
Awesome. We're gonna be joining a couple other people that will be on the round table with us today, and I'm hoping that this round table we're gonna have is gonna be pretty awesome.
It's gonna be awesome. We got the Sarge in the house.
Have a word.
How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Samuel.
Same old. I think we got a couple coming in. Let's see, who do we got coming in? I think we got. I keep messing up my phone, but I think we have Nanny Raw calling in. Nanny, are you there?
Hey, Dad.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey,
how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
All right, meet the Sergeant Jimmy Storm of the NWS.
Hey, how you doing, Manny?
Hey, Sarge.
And we're still trying to get Nick on. Is Nick on yet?
Nick, are you there?
I don't know. I think Nick went bye-bye. What happened to Nick?
Nick, we're calling you.
Nick, are you there?
Sit at the round table, Nick.
How you doing?
Hey, Nick's here. Hey, Fear the Beard.
Fear the Beard is here.
Fear the Beard is here. And Nanny, you still here too? Why do I keep losing people?
People are running away from this table.
On?
This is unbelievable.
I don't know.
We have questions that we need answered.
Let's see. I don't understand what's going on. Nancy, are you still with us? No, I don't think she's with us. But we'll get Nancy back on. I don't understand. My phone's being a reject right now, so we do apologize.
We apologize for any inconvenience we have caused anyone.
Yeah, we have caused any of our callers. First thing I want to get into is Nick, you're still there, right?
Yep, I'm still here.
Okay. First thing I want to get into is we'll go with Sarge first, since he's the real wrestler. And is WWE just playing this really getting old quick Daniel Bryan storyline to keep the seat warm for the return of John Cena?
Basically, they're trying to get a storyline going to have Daniel Bryan become the big-time superstar because the audience are now getting behind Daniel Bryan. Just to keep that seat warm when John Cena comes back, they're going to have both of them square off.
All right. What do you think, Nick?
I mean, I agree with the Sarge that I be keeping the seat warm for Cena. At the very beginning, I definitely thought that was the case, but the way that the crowd's getting behind Bryan, I haven't seen that in a long time. Just the pops that he gets at show after show is just unbelievable. And I don't think that they're going to have Cena and Bryan square off. I think they're going to let Cena go off in his own direction when it comes to different storylines. I think they're going to allow Bryan to be his own person and not feud with Cena.
Okay, that makes sense. I can't see any, fault in that. And apparently we can't get Nancy on the phone. I think I just hung up on Nick. I'm not really doing well today.
Oh boy! At least we got the Sarge here.
We got the Sarge here. Nick, call back.
Somebody.
Oh my God, we really need to start using Skype.
Sarge, if Daniel Bryan takes on Cena, who do you like?
Without a shadow of a doubt, Daniel Bryan all the way.
I agree. Fear the beard.
Fear the beard.
Fear the beard.
The flying goat.
I think Nick hasn't realized I hung up on him yet. Oh my God. Okay. Will Daniel Bryan win the title again at the next pay-per-view? And if he does, will he have it stripped again for another nonsense technicality by Triple H and friends?
I tell you what, I hope Daniel Bryan gets that belt because I want to see Triple H keep playing that nasty boss that we always want to see.
All right. Nick, you're back, correct?
Yep.
Okay, we just said that. What's your opinion? You think Daniel Bryan will win the title again? And if he does, will he have it stripped by Triple H again after the next pay-per-view?
I don't see him winning Battleground, actually. The rumor has it it's probably going to be an Iron Man match at Battleground between him and Orton, which I...
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Nanny, you're back, right?
I am gonna kill you.
I am sorry. I don't know what the hell's going on here. Like, my phone is like really being a reject. Like, I have three-way calling, but it's just not allowing me to put you and
It's not working.
you and Nick on the same call. I don't understand it. All right. The question was said: Will Daniel Bryan win the title at the next pay-per-view? And if he does, will he have it stripped for over another nonsense technicality by Triple H and friends?
It seems to be like the ongoing joke now. I wouldn't put it past the WWE at this point to do that.
Okay. All right. Next question. I guess I'm just gonna have to go back and forth between calls. So Nanny, hold on.
Sorry, just stay right there.
All right, Nick's still with us.
I'm moving. Yep.
Okay, we're just gonna have to go back and forth. As some have rumored, Vince McMahon, will he step in and play the whole Triple H's power drunk and start a family feud? Sarge, we'll go with you first.
Well, I just made a call to one of my old promoters. He had just found out that Vince McMahon is coming back, and it will be playing the family feud type deal with him. It's going to be Vince McMahon squaring off against Stephanie, and then Vince against Triple H.
So apparently these rumors are not rumors. So how do you feel about that, Nick?
I agree. I definitely think that's, as Triple H says, best for business. I definitely see that happening, really coming to a head at Survivor Series with a traditional 5-on-5 match. I could see it being like Orton, The Shield, and Triple H versus guys like Bryan, Ziggler, Show, and Miz, and throw another guy in there as well. I definitely think that would be a possibility.
All right, cool. Let's get Nancy's view. Nancy, do you think there's going to be a feud between Vince McMahon, Triple H, Stephanie, and all that coming?
That could be what they're gearing up for WrestleMania. It's quite possible that that's the route that they're going to go, especially since Vince McMahon had been physically on Raw and SmackDown so much in the last couple of months. We've seen him more now than we have in the last 2 years. That could very well be what they're gearing up for.
Awesome. I look forward to that very obnoxious walk down to the ring.
So do I.
All right, next question. We'll start with you, Nancy, since we keep flipping back and forth. What possible storylines do you think will come out of this whole Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, Triple H, Big Show, and Stephanie McMahon three-ring circus?
It could be Big Show versus Triple H, to be honest.
Could be. I think I said it a couple of weeks ago that Triple H was rumored to have 2 more matches, one of them being against the Big Show. Maybe the other one's against Vince McMahon.
Oh, no.
No. Yeah, break the old man. Sarge, what do you think?
I'm going to get down this road. It's going to be wild. It's going to be a wild card. It's going to be Big Show joining forces with Triple H.
Ooh, he threw a curveball in there.
Yeah, he throws curveballs.
All right, let's see what Nick's got to say. Nick, what do you got to say about this whole Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan, Triple H, Big Show, Stephanie McMahon? What do you think is going to happen with this storyline?
Again, like I was saying before, I definitely see Bryan winning the title down the line. Possibly, like, the whole feud and the whole storyline at least simmering down towards Royal Rumble, and I definitely see Bryan winning the title at Royal Rumble, and I possibly see a guy like Punk winning the Royal Rumble, and the fans can be happy to know, like, seeing a guy like Punk and Bryan put on a great match at WrestleMania down in New Orleans.
That would be
awesome.
That would be unbelievable. And for an independent wrestler like the Sarge, that'd be a dream come true for him.
Oh, yeah. It's not stopping.
It would be a great match. It'd be just non-stop craziness. Next storyline, we're gonna start with Nancy again. Hold on a second. Nancy, we're gonna start with you in this next question. Do you find it diminishing to the WWE title that Daniel Bryan is now a 2-time former champion, but his total combined title reign has been less than 24 hours? Do you think this tarnishes the championship?
It does. Eventually, if Daniel Bryan ever turns heel again now, it might actually work in his favor where he puts those title reigns in the speech. It's sort of like an eye roller.
Okay. All right. What about Sarge? How do you feel about that?
I definitely agree 100% with her. I believe they're going down a road where they're going to make WWE a weak point, because coming around the October 7th area, there's a slight little bonus you guys, I haven't heard you guys spoke about yet.
Yeah, what would that be?
Well, there's been a lot of rumors going around, so knowing me, I had to get on the phone and talk to a couple promoters and talk to a guy that runs a convention every 2 to 3 months. Well, rumor has been true. October 7th, Monday Nitro returns.
What?
Yes. Monday Nitro is coming back and is owned by Shane McMahon.
So the rumbling is true that Shane McMahon will make a comeback. Wow, that's I got my panties in a twist.
Yeah, you blew my socks off, bro.
Whew. Nancy, you're still okay? Or are you jumping up and down on the bed?
I'm trying to sit down.
Let's get Nick involved. Hold on. All right, Nick. We were saying that does it diminish the title that Daniel Bryan's held this title now twice in less than 24 hours?
I necessarily don't think it's diminished the title. The title's been held up in the past before, from time to time, in different storylines. And I feel like it's actually just made Daniel Bryan even stronger, and the fans get behind him even more, trying to push to actually have a longer title reign rather than 24 hours or 1 minute like at Night of Champions.
What you didn't hear, because you were on hold, was the Sarge said October 7th, Monday Night Nitro returns, headed by Shane McMahon.
Really?
Yeah, that was our reaction.
So
I think only we can only dream about something like that.
I hope it happens, because you know what, WWE needs to raise the bar, and right now there's no bar to set it at because they have no competition.
Yeah, you can't even say that a company like TNA's competition, because yes, they have very good talent, but they're not utilizing that talent. They're putting older guys like Angle and Sting and Hogan. They're putting those guys over rather than working on the younger talent. Not even the younger talent, the talent that's going to bring in the fans more, like AJ Styles and guys like that.
Yep, I agree with that. So, do you agree with that?
I agree 100%.
Okay.
And I wanted to give you another mind blower.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
TNA had started out, when I was first watched TNA, they came back with a 6-sided ring. Then they went back to tradition. Well, rumor has it, which I found out which is true, Shane McMahon will be using the 6-sided ring for the lightweights. So basically, you're going to see, on a couple of nights, you're going to see a 6-sided ring. So
that's interesting.
He's flirting back and forth with this TNA ideal of the 6-sided ring.
Is there a rumored name of this new federation?
That I won't tell you. Not yet.
Okay.
Keep us on the edge of our seats.
Keep us. Now we're gonna have to make them call us again. Okay. Next storyline. We're gonna go back to Nancy on this one. What happens with this whole Rhodes family storyline?
I'm not sure, because they're really trying to buy time while Cody's on his little wedding sabbatical. I know that Goldust had previously said that he had teased a Cody Rhodes versus Goldust match, but then he turned around and he said that that would probably never happen.
Mm-hmm.
But that might be the route that they go to see who gets hired for the position, as, you know, Stephanie McMahon kind of alluded to a couple of Raws ago.
Where somebody's going to have to choose which Rhodes family member still has a job.
Right.
Yeah, I guess so. I was kind of hoping, I know it's not going to happen because everybody's older than death, but I was kind of hoping that all three Rhodes members would take on a combination of Triple H, Vince McMahon, and Shane McMahon. I thought that's how Shane was going to make his comeback. But
Shane could also come back to help Daniel Bryan as well.
Or he's going to try to steal Daniel Bryan.
Right.
Dum dum dum. Dum dum. Sarge, you see this Rhodes family storyline going anywhere?
I see the storyline reunited with the Rhodes versus McMahon. It's going to be Dusty Rhodes and Dustin Rhodes, which is Goldust. They're going to be starting it off. They're going to keep it. I agree 100% with her. But the thing of it is, if you listen to what Cody had said before he had left, he's got one more chance for the top.
Okay. All right. So I guess this is going to be his chance. All right, we're going to go back to Nick, and eventually, I swear to God, next time we have a round table, folks, we will have everybody talking, well, not at once, but we won't be having me pressing a button every 5 seconds.
We'll be at the table.
We'll be at the table. Okay, Nick, Paul Heyman, will they allow him to form a solid stable? He already has Curtis Axel and now Ryback. Is anybody next on his list? Rumors were a female. I know that, but then he got Ryback. So, do you see this going anywhere? And will he get cooperation from WWE to allow him to have a sort of a Bobby Heenan family type stable?
I hope they do personally, because I think Heyman bringing up a bunch of young guys. I mean, even Ryback, you got to think he's only been in this character. He's only been around for about a year. I mean, a little over a year. So you got to think that if they let him, the WWE allows him to bring up some of these younger talents, possibly a girl like Paige, bringing a female into the stable. She's great talent on the mic, great in the ring. Let Paul Heyman mentor. Maybe even bring in a high flyer, bring in a guy like Adrian Neville or somebody like that. I feel like allowing Heyman to mentor these younger wrestlers, guys like that, it could only turn out good.
All right, I like to hear that. We'll see what Nancy thinks. Nancy, do you think WWE is going to allow Paul Heyman to form a really solid stable, kind of like the Bobby Heenan family?
I don't think it'll ever be that, I don't want to say important. I don't think it will be that badass, but it's coming pretty close. Ryback, it's a little, I almost feel like I don't want to say demoted that little crew.
Yeah.
But since Punk left, there's definitely an absence, and Brock Lesnar is his trophy of that stable. But he's not even around that much. So right now it's Ryback and Curtis Axel. I
kind of see a Ryback versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. I see Lesnar doing a baby face turn.
That's a possibility.
So, Sarge, what do you think?
Oh, I just hope. I've been trying to get an answer to this question with other promoters. I hope and pray they allow Paul Heyman to build some small stable, because you need that. And people actually, if you look back in wrestling history, people love that. And they sit on the edge of their seats and they want the stable to fall.
Yep.
Paul Heyman, he's a genius. I hope they allow him to do that.
We've said that numerous times on this show, that Paul Heyman is a genius, just because the storyline of how they portray him all the time. Don't be fooled. This guy knows what he's doing in this business.
ECW.
Yeah, I mean, ECW, his days with WCW, when he came back to WWE after the merger, they portray him, not to say he wasn't, an S-bag, back in the day of ECW because I heard he really was, but, you know, so is Vince McMahon. So they do what's best for business, not to steal a line for Triple H.
Yeah, yes they do. And I just caught back. I'm just watching on ESPN Classics, the old Mid-South Wrestling. I couldn't believe my eyes, and Paul Heyman was on that show.
Was he walking around with his humongous cell phone?
Oh, yeah. 1990? 1991, I believe it was.
That was Paul E. Dangerously, if I remember correctly.
Yes, that's it.
Nice. I just show how old I was. Okay, Nancy, Night of Champions. Cable companies are now giving refunds to fans because they were extremely pissed off when Daniel Bryan got the belt stripped from him on Monday Night Raw. They felt ripped off, and cable companies were giving money back. Do you think if this keeps going, this can eventually financially really hurt wrestling?
See, I think that's pretty stupid because, you know, with a pay-per-view, you chance it not being a great pay-per-view. There's been times where I sat through a pay-per-view and my family said that was pretty much a waste, and I turn around and say, no, it wasn't, but in my head, I'm like, yeah, it was. Like, we should have never ordered that. But you can't turn around and say, hey, I didn't like it, refund it. You did watch it.
You did, and it's no different than watching a movie, and you go to the movie theater and you pay $12 to see a movie, and you walk out going, wow, that movie sucked, but at least I had popcorn. But their first thought is not to go to the box office and get your money back. So,
they never give it back to you. They would never give it back to you.
I can't understand why this company gave back money. If they continue to do things like this, I think this will hurt wrestling because people are just going to order pay-per-view, watch it, wait a day or two, bitch and whine, get their money back. And what's going to happen is that the cost of money to carry the wrestling is going to increase. The cable companies are not going to carry wrestling anymore. They're going to say, I want so much money to carry your program. Wrestling is going to say, no, screw you. And eventually I think this is going to lead into a network where Vince McMahon's going to have a network, and he's going to show wrestling, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, Superstars, pay-per-views, only on this network. And then it's going to affect fans anywhere who can't afford to carry the network.
I agree.
So I just hope that never happens. But we're going to get Nick's take on this. Hold on one sec. Nick, we were talking about how cable companies were giving back refunds because of the Night of Champions pay-per-view. And I said that this could hurt wrestling because guys like Vince McMahon will start a network where they'll put everything on this network. Every Monday Night Raw, every SmackDown, every pay-per-view, every Saturday morning wrestling, and the five and dimer, as Bobby Heenan used to like to say, or the ham and egger, won't be able to afford to pay for this channel, and then they'll lose viewers, and in the long run, I think it hurts wrestling.
I totally agree. I think the cable companies giving back refunds for Night of Champions was just beyond absurd. I couldn't even begin to explain it. Like reading articles about these people demanding refunds from their cable company. Yes, these wrestlers, they go out there, they're athletes, they do what they got to do, but it's also a show, and people have to understand that what happens on pay-per-views or on Raw, it's meant to happen, and asking for refunds for something like that is like somebody watching an episode of Survivor and getting mad that somebody gets voted off and calling their cable company demanding a refund.
Yeah, it's like me going into medieval times and my colored knight doesn't win. I don't demand a refund.
Exactly.
You want more chicken?
The people who are doing that, it doesn't make sense.
All right, well, Nick, we'd like to thank you for being on the show today, and we look forward to next week's Amazings Report.
Absolutely.
We'll talk to you soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right, take care, man. That was Nick, who is usually doing our Amazings Report. We'd like to thank him. Nancy, who is with VOCNation.com. We'd like to thank you very much, and I'm going to give you a couple seconds here to tell us how we can listen to you again.
Well, first and foremost, to the Damage 365 on-demand episodes, you could hear me, pretty much Ollie and Kevin, from April through June, of course, my original home, Damage 365. And on VOCNation.com, you can listen to me on Wednesdays at 6:45 p.m.
awesome. I do hope all our listeners do go to VOC.com and listen to Nancy, because she, you know, despite people saying that, you know, she's a girl, she knows what she's talking about. And Nancy, we thank you very much, girl.
Thank you, sir.
I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Sarge, my man, thank you very much for joining us.
You're very welcome, Joe.
And hope to talk to you soon with some new insight.
Oh, I got plenty more.
All right, thank you, my man. I appreciate it.
Always a pleasure, brother.
Hey, guys, be cool.
All right, bye-bye. And we'd like to thank all our listeners. I hope you enjoyed our show. We had a ball. Can't wait to go back and listen to this. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to episode 23, and we'll talk to you next week.
I love my girlfriend.
Closing time. One last call for alcohol, so finish your whiskey or beer. Closing time. You don't have to go home, but you